welcome back to the channel. This is Crafting from the Broom Closet and my name is Hen, and today we are working on the letter S out of the hashtag ABC April 2025 collaboration that I've been working on since the start of the channel. And the letter S stands for signature. So this is the cover I made back way back, weeks ago, no, whatever it was. The video is on the channel. Just look, it's there somewhere. Can't even remember what I called it. Oh, J. It was under J. J for journal cover. That's right. I remember now. So this is the cover I made back at letter J, and I made a journal cover using a cardboard box, book page, and then I made a removable sleeve, like you get on like some books, you know, hardback books. I'm going to take the sleeve off because I don't need that. So this is the cover. Very basic cover. Nothing exciting about it. But the signature of the pages that go inside. So when you look at a book, they have things called signatures, which is a group of papers that are bound into the book. And I don't know if you can see through this book. You might not be. If you look closely here, you can see that there's little folds over. I don't know if you can see it. Little fold overs, and each of them is a signature. In this book in particular, there's three pages per signature, which gives you 6 sides. And I know that because I've taken some out. So there we go. Let me separate that. So that is a signature. Can you see? So all these pages are bound into the book together. Now this is quite a small signature for a book, 3 pages. The signatures I'm going to be making for this book are going to have a few more pages, and I've actually put them together already. There is still some work to do on them, so I'm not going to bind them in properly today, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to bind them in. So this one is one I made up earlier. So this, obviously, remember the pop-up? I'm putting that in the middle. And there's a reason I can't bind it in today, because the binding method I'm planning on using needs to go under here. And I want to be able to remove some of these pages because I want to dye them. So I'm not going to bind it in today, but I'm going to have my binding go under here, because if I go over here, then that won't close up. No. So I need it to be able to move. So I go over, it will not move, and we won't have the pop-up close up. Obviously I need to decorate, and that's something we'll be doing at a day. So I've just got that in the middle. Then I've just got a piece of A4 paper, which I'm going to dye. And then I've got a bit of book page, and that's come out of that book I was just showing you. And the easiest way I found taking it out, because if I tried ripping it out, it ripped and made this weak. So what I actually did is I found the middle of the signature, and let me find it. Is that the middle of the signature? No. Well, I can't find the middle of a signature. Let me find the middle of a signature. Haha. I said they're 3 pages deep, didn't I? How have I managed to go? Aha, that's next. I was almost there. It's the next page. Okay, it's the middle of the signature, and you can see the string just there that's holding it in. And what I did is I got my craft knife underneath the string. Oh, sorry, I'm not showing you. I got my craft knife go underneath the string, and I just cut the string, and then I was able to take the pages out without damaging the actual pages. So that's how I got the page out. So yeah, so we're starting off with the pop-up in the middle, plain paper, book paper, some more plain paper. Like I said, I'm going to decorate these. I'm going to dye them. Some tissue, just to give it more texture. That's almost like a wax tissue. You could use greaseproof paper from your kitchen, you know, the stuff you use for baking. That would look good as well. More plain paper. This is some of the packaging paper, and I've folded it over. More plain paper. Like I said, these are going to be dyed. They're not going to look plain. Some lime paper. That was out of a notebook I had. You know, one of them cheap notebooks you buy, where you get a pack of 3 for like £1 in shops. I have a paper bag here, so that can be used to put things in. And then another piece of paper, and that is my signatures, and I'm going to have 2 of them. So that's that one. The other one is set up in exactly the same way. Middle just fell out of it. So the other one's set up in exactly the same way. I haven't done the actual pop-up on this one. It's going to be a different pop-up, but it's the same pages. Like I said, I'm going to dye them. That's why I don't want to actually bind it in today, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to bind it in. So that's what you do. You just find pages and you put them together and you make a signature, and they can be made up of anything. So this is just, remember, we're working with the junk that I already had, plus some basic papers that you find around. So I put the paper bag in this one the other way round. I can slice that off and make it an opening, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to decorate that as a normal page. And the opening is towards the back of this signature, so it's the opposite way round. There it is. So there's your opening, so I can put things in there. I just happen to have them lying about. The A4 paper is just from, you know, normal printing paper, but you might have like a sketchbook. Another thing that could be good, if you've got colouring books, using the pages from colouring books, just to give you something different. But you can pretty much use anything for a signature. But I wanted to keep with what we've already been using as much as possible. And that's why I've done what I've used. I was umming and ahhing about putting some of the black and white tissue paper that I absolutely adore in, but I'm not going to, because I'm going to use that in decorating more. So that's what we're going to, that's our signatures. So how do we put the signatures in? Right, okay. So this is the method I'm using, and this isn't the only method you can use, but this is the method I've decided to use. I'm going to use elastic. You could use the embroidery thread or a strong string, but I'm using elastic. I just happen to have it. There you go. Cheap plastic, £1 from, I believe, Home Bargains. Or it's either Home Bargains or actually it might be The Works, which are, you know, cheap shops over here in the UK if you're not viewing from the UK. But just cheap elastic, and that's what I'm going to use. And I'm also going to use my hole punch. So remember, when I made this cover, I did make sure I made it slightly bigger than the paper, that the maximum size paper I was going to put in. And I did that on purpose because I already had this idea that I was going to use the hole punch. And this is how I'm going to put it in. I'm going to punch 2 holes at the top and 2 holes at the bottom. And then I'm going to have the elastic go through the holes. And these will tuck underneath the elastic, except remember, because of the pop-up here, I can't tuck them underneath the elastic. So I'm going to thread the elastic through there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn it around this way. Actually, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to mark some marks here where I want the holes so I can see where I'm punching. So let me just get a pencil. So I decided to get a pen because it's going to show up more, and it was what I could find. So I want to mark the marks evenly here. So where have I put the ruler? She doesn't know. Got the pencil, forgot the ruler. Let's use my mat for now. So that, you can see, is 3 centimeters deep. So we want the marks to be roughly, if I put it there, These are all a centimetre square, yeah. So if I put that, I think that mark is about halfway between them. Looks about halfway. That one there looks like about halfway. Yeah, she's moving. So I want both of my marks to be either side of that, and I'm going to put them just in front of this mark here. Okay, so I'm just going to be just in front of that mark there. Oh, she says it'll be easier. Show up better with pen. The pen. There we go. Got it working. So I'm going to put it there, and again just inside that mark there. And are they about the same distance away? They are roughly about the same distance away. So they are, we want them to be the centre of our holes. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So let's get that centred roughly. I'd say that's about right. It looks like it's about a centimetre down on this side. So I'm going to do about the same here. And just this side of that line. And again, just that side of that line. So they're roughly where I want the holes to be. That one looks like it's a little bit lower, so let's make it come up a bit more so I know that I need to come up a bit more. Okay, there we go. As you can see I've marked it in 2 spots. And now when I get the hole punch and I have it this way up, I should be able to see through the hole of the hole punch. This is where I hope it actually cuts through. Yep. See, I can see through the hole of the hole punch where I've marked that dot. And then we go push. And it will go all the way through the cover, which is good. Wasn't sure if it would. Now, if you've got something that will punch smaller holes, use it. Because this is punching quite big holes. Are they even? Yeah, not too bad. Do it on the same on the other side. I've noticed this one's quite a bit lower, so I'm going to make sure that I don't go as low as that. And I'm going to actually have this dot nearer to the bottom of the circle, just because I think I've gone too low down on this one, and I want it to be closer to the edge, so I'm going to put that nearer to the bottom. There we go. I need to actually move that dot, because otherwise I'm not going to see the dot. I put the pen down. Why did I put the pen down? There it is. I'm going to move that dot up. So this is now more the centre of where I want it to be. I should still get rid of that, but you won't be able to see it once the pages are in anyway. So there we go. So we're going to go back in there. I want that to be the centre of the dot, or thereabouts. Oop. Maybe, yeah, see they're pretty much even there. A bit closer to the bottom, to the edge than the other ones. But that should be hopefully enough. And if it's not, what we can do is trim these pages down, and I think I might have to trim these pages down, but I'm just going to show you for now how I'm going to place them in. So I get my elastic, and I know the elastic's got to go up and back around the other side. I'm actually going to do it round twice just to give me extra thing. So I need it to be 1, 2, 3, for. About that, but I don't need it that long because remember, elastic stretches. So I'm actually going to just do it 3. Let's go 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to cut it there. And hopefully that'll be enough. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do this as if I'm putting it in for now. I'm not going to fully tie it up. So like I said, I need this to go under here. Hence why I'm not putting it in properly yet, because I need to be able to take, although these pages should be able to come out. It should be fine. So I'm going to put it in. And I'm going to put this one, through. Oh, let me make sure not that it matters on this actually, because the writing's all over the place. I'm going to say make sure it's the right way up. It doesn't matter. But if you have got a cover that needs to be a certain way up, make sure it's the right way up. So we're going to go in through here. Oh, back through there. Like so. Now I want to go back out again. And there's plenty of elastic for me to do that. You don't want it too tight. But I should have enough elastic to go back out and wrap back round. Yeah, I do. Oh, ping. So that's gone through. So go back out that hole. Holding this one so it doesn't disappear. And through that hole. I'm actually going to change this. I want it to actually meet. I want it to tie up on the outside. So I'm going to change this a little bit. So I'm going to have this one go through. Keep this out the back. So I want it to go through. Through the cover. Come on, go through. And remember, because of the way I've made this, I need this string here to go through here underneath, because otherwise it's not going to work. Back up to the top and then back through that hole. And the reason I want the string to tie up on this side is because I just think it will look neater, because this is going to be hidden. Did I just let go of that elastic? Where'd it go? There. Oh, haha. Didn't. Oh. This is the fiddly part. Sorry, you can't even see what I'm doing. The fiddly part is getting the elastic to stay where you want it to stay. So that's just come back out, look, because I wasn't holding it properly. So back through there. It's where you wish you had 5 hands. I'm going to hold that there. Okay. No. Where did it just go? I'm going to hold that. I should have probably left more elastic and cut it shorter at the end. I'm going to hold that there. And then, oh! Let me start with a longer piece of elastic. And that clearly, it's not going to cooperate. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave the elastic longer this time. Start again. So through. Yeah, make sure it's going through. Then we're going to go through the holes. We're going to go through that hole. Back in through this hole. Remember, because I want the elastic to overlap and tie up at the back. Just because of the way I've designed it. Most of the time you'd have it go in at the front. So I'm going to go back through there. And I just think this will look, in this particular book, it will look better this way. I'm doing 2 bits of elastic just to give it a bit more stability. You don't need to. You can do 1. Also, if you do 2 bits of elastic, if you haven't got this design that I've got going on, which was a bizarre design with the thing in the middle, then you can actually add more pages. So I'm just going to tie that at the back, put it quite tight. So that elastic there is quite loose. So let's pull that one a bit tighter. Not too tight that it's cutting into your pages though. So let's just make sure it's not cutting into my pages. And it's not. No, that's fine. And then we tie it up. This is how I'm fixing it. This is not the way you have to fix it. Sorry about that. Children, fun. So there you go. I have actually tied it. So that is the first one in place. Now, because I've done it with elastic, apart from this one where I've gone underneath there, oh, have it the right way up, pop up, still there, it's quite cool. Because I've gone underneath there, I can still take these pages out carefully. I can take them out and still be able to dye them. But that is how we're going to fix these in. Obviously, I've got to decorate the whole of it yet. But that is how I'm going to fix it in. Let's see if we can get the other one in without all the complications, confusion and elastic that's too small. We'll put the other one in because I've done 2. I think 2 is enough. I could possibly put more in here, but because I plan on adding lots of pockets and stuff, which is coming up in tomorrow's video, tucks and pockets, then I'm doing it 3 times the length. Because I think the other one, I actually cut it a lot less than 3 times the length. We just check. Yes, I did. I did it just over 3 times the length. Okay, where's my scissors? Get me other signature. I haven't got to worry about going underneath anything yet because I don't even think I'm going to be using this card. This one's a bit battered, but it just happened to be the first one I grabbed. So I don't have to worry about weaving it under in this one. And this is something you wouldn't have to worry about doing. So I can, in fact, not even have that in place while I do this time. Because I don't have to weave it under. It makes life a lot easier. So I'm going in. In. Right, remember I want it tied at the back. So in this case, I'm going to go back in through this hole. Oh, go through. Make sure you don't let that elastic go through at the bottom. Let it come out the back again. Hold it with your fingers. Go back through that hole. Go back through. Go back through. There we go. And then we go to the back and we tie it. Making sure that these are all fairly tight. Not too tight because obviously I'm tucking the signature into this one. I haven't already put it in place. So give yourself a little bit of room. There we go. That's that put in. That's that put in. And now I can actually tuck the signature under there. Like so. And as I said, oh, carefully tuck it in. Make sure everything's in line, and it's not at the moment. It's all slid out of place. That's easy to fix. It's this one's at the back. There we go. So there you go. That is the 2 signatures in. And as you can see, it's fairly full already. And once I've got pockets in there, it's going to, and tucks and stuff and cards and things, it's going to be pretty full. But that is it. That is how I'm putting them in. Now, if I wanted to, I could have divided them signatures up, like I said, because I put the 2 bits of elastic through, which gives you extra elastic. Where are we? So if I wanted to, I could put another signature in. I could have one signature, and you can have 4 signatures in this book. But there you go. That is my signatures in. Put the cover back on. No. This is where we find out how adjustable this removable this cover is, because I've obviously up until now I've done it without any pages in. Can I still flip it? Because I have to bend the book back on itself. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Oh, I flipped it too far back. It's not a... Go on in. There we go. Pop that in. Go in. Cooperate. There you go. Cover on. Signatures in. Ta-dum! There you go. That's today. Thank you. See you tomorrow. And like I said, tomorrow we're doing the letter T, and it is tucks and pockets. Bye-bye for now.